Hi, my name is Markowski, and I'm the composer of The Cave You Fear. And even though I'm a composer, I actually didn't study composition in college. My degree's actually in film, and not film scoring or anything like that, but actually film analysis and film production. So I watched a lot of movies and I wrote papers on them, and also got my hands dirty making some short films back then as well. And one of the things that you learn as a film major in your screenwriting class is you learn about something called the hero's journey, which basically is a series of events that a hero has to go through in order to get the thing he or she desires most by the end of the movie. And the man who sort of developed this concept of the hero's journey was a guy by the name of Joseph Campbell. And basically, Joseph Campbell traveled the world. He went to many different countries and he talked with many different peoples and cultures and races, and learned about their stories, what they believed in, where they believed they came from. And he looked at all of these stories and he tried to figure out what they all had in common. And so he broke them all down into little structural elements, and that became known as the hero's journey. And one of the elements of this journey is that our hero has to basically go somewhere scary. They have to get out of their comfort zone in order to, find the thing that they want. So Joseph Campbell famously says that the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. So that's basically the premise for the piece that you're about to hear, or the piece that you're playing. And so musically, what I wanted to do with this premise was I wanted to not only go into this cave with dark and minor harmonies that would have been beautiful and fine, but I wanted to take it a step further, and I wanted to incorporate something that I call musical sound effects. And so in this piece, you might hear something called an alto saxophone multiphonic, which is basically like a special fingering on the saxophone that when you play it, it kind of makes this kind of crazy screeching sound. There's also something called a super ball mallet, which is basically a little rubber ball, like a bouncy ball on the end of a stick. And when you scrape that, on a timpani drum or some other drum, or like a tam-tam, it makes some kind of kind of creepy, cool, monstrous kind of sound. So listen for that. And there's also something called a lion's roar drum, which basically is exactly what you think it is, except here today, hopefully, I've called for it in the score to be amplified, so maybe you'll hear it louder than it has ever been before. And so all of these things just kind of help to add tension and suspense to this eerie cave that we're going into. So that was sort of just my journey for the piece, and I really hope that you enjoy The Cave You Fear. Thank you.